How can I? There I go! Yay! Here I go! Here I go! Here I go, y'all! Come on! I made it, and guess what? You all can actually come in, tune in. I need an encouraging word. No, on this Wellness Wednesday. Happy Wellness Wednesday! Yeah, it was hot out there. I had a lot to try to beat through with this traffic, you all. The traffic was something. So I'm glad that I made it through. I had to deliver, you all. I told you I'm doing this thing, woo, because it is a full month still. And so I made it through. So thank you all for tuning in. My apologies and late. And thank you so much for tuning in, Sister Cheryl. I made it. So you all can actually click in if you see the link. I guess that's how that goes. Shalom. Shalom to Jamaica. Okay. I'm still learning. He did a good job, Sister Jamaica, as described. Hey, Sister Sandra. Good evening, y'all. I made it. Happy Wellness Wednesday. Monday. Y'all, Motivation Monday. So y'all know how I normally do it. I had a little motivation here with the Wellness Wednesday when those Mondays get ooh-wee. So, but I'm just thankful. I mean, I'm smiling so hard I can feel my muscles in my jaw. I can feel my muscle jaws. That means that I haven't smiled enough today. But I did get a chance to meet a really great minister there at the post office today while I was getting my gift. And so I'm just thankful to see you all today tuning in and alive and well. And y'all made it through the holidays all the way to the end of May, y'all. We made it. Yay! I made it. Yeah, you all just don't know. This whole year is just is it has great meanings, very, very, very great meaning to me, and I'm sure it is. So you all, we're just what shy of. It feels like maybe a year of COVID, but yet we're still having different ones that's still dealing with the side effects of it. And so my heart and prayers go out to you all on this Wellness Wednesday and so forth. That's on your healing journey. Remember, you all, I'm tuning in right away. Let you all know that I am taking consultations up to the 1st of June. I think I may not be able to return until probably the 1st of September. I'm still weighing out my schedule here with the other projects that I have to do. Just keep in mind, I'll always be counting on doing consultations. It will just be for those who are already have that are on their list. So if you want to get in, and let's say you don't have your payment, or you do, then you need to still call in between now and by next Friday to let me know that you want a consultation, and then we can schedule it out from there. Because by the time I come back, we'll be going through the whole next wave of the next pandemic, or possibly the next when the weather is shifting. For those of us who live in this mixed weather, this mixed climate, and it matters. And then just for those who just wants to get back on the health beat before the next upcoming year, if God bless us to see it. Okay. And so please call in at the 618-388-8100 number for your multiple different kind of personal one-on-one coaching that you all desire. I do individual coaching from birth all the way up to 100, past 100. All different diseases, all different, you name it, whatever your mental illness is, depression, I do it. Anxiety, I do counseling for that. I also do it for health regimens as well, weight loss, you name it, cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, you name it. I do it all for each one. I am very unorthodox, just for the record. I have not stated that before when it comes down to the individualizing coaching that I do, and some that's already got it, they know it. However, when we coach, you're not just a client to me. I'd like to put that out there. Start off right with this Wellness Wednesday with letting you know that you're not just a client to me. You are my brother and my sister to me. You are God's creation to me. And so that means that the relationship continues on if you and I, and we connect in spirit and love and kindness, all that we are supposed to be to each other, at least what I believe. that we were originally supposed to be to each other. And so feel free, call in. The prices do vary. For us, a donation and servitude anywhere from $50 up to, for those who want monthly consultations, so $300 to $400, where you get weekly consultations. We schedule whatever days that's available for you. So far, so good. It's working out pretty good for those who have, and they are progressing and can't wait to share their raw testimonies. And so I do have some that I have to get on to this StreamYard, but I wanted to learn it first. So I want to be clicking people in and out. And yes, I've done StreamYard before, but I never had to actually set it up. That was not me that was setting up the StreamYard, you all. I just knew how to click you all in. I told you I'm gonna give you 1 million. That was my term. I'm gonna give you 1 million. Yeah. That was something. And it's okay, because life is about lessons, and I'm learning and lessons, and keeps you humble. Yeah. Yeah. And so I pray that you all have been doing well. So, hey, Sister Jamaica, I'm so glad to see you, Coach. Thank you so much for putting it in. And now I don't know if I mastered how to click in on to give the StreamYard, because you have access to what I have access to. You actually can, if you know how to do that, Sister Jamaica, then please feel free. I'm still a little on the scared side to click out of something because yesterday when we was practicing with Brother Dogo, when we were practicing, he noticed things glitching on him too. See, this technology does not belong to us, you all. Let's keep this in mind. So I'm going to play it safe. But just know that if you all are able to get the link and get in there, then I do have the power with this index finger to click you on in there so you can speak and you can share how your month been, how you're doing. You can ask questions. This is Wellness Wednesday. This is you all. This is you all's time to get the coaching that you want. No question. Thank you so much, Sister Jamaica. She's putting in the cash out for me. I did have it where it is Addie. I do need to know, does it have it going across the StreamYard? Because I think we were supposedly set it up to where the Cash App is going across the video, Sister Jamaica. I don't know if you see that or not. Is it supposed to click into that? If not, then we'll try again another time. But he showed me how to do that, and we clicked in on that. And so it's supposed to automatically come across the screen. StreamYard is, this is an example of click on to comment, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And I can get multiple people in too. So for those who all have family that you like and share, please don't forget to like and share. You can share it too if you got multiple questions. Hit me with it. Come on. I'm ready. I'm so ready. And so I didn't have a particular theme outside of the Eat to Live. Yes, it is the summertime. Whoa, thank God for you all that are in places where you can get seeded fruit and vegetation right away. You don't have to wait to particular seasons because you're not in this mixed weather. So that's the reason why I do strongly believe that we are the chosen children that are here, that's gone through everything under the sun, not just a food shortage, but the fact that they have tainted our food to the point to where we can't always just go up the street around the corner to get seeded fruit or some fruit says a lot. And that's the reason why my heart will always be with those of us here all over the world, but most definitely with us, because as you know, we all like to focus on what America is doing, but nobody minds getting the money from America, because yes, we have the colonists that have stolen from many places, but you got to keep in mind that God's children are here. And so what you take from them, we got to make sure that we're not taking from one another and causing us to have to endure more hardship and more hard times, because all of us are not fortunate enough or not in the place yet where we found our tribe. And I mean a good tribe, a really truly righteous tribe that will actually help, that we can trust to just spread about across the world, where we can get fresh fruits and vegetation. This is the brother, you all. Give me 1 second. Give me hold on 1 second. I'll let him know what's going on. Okay, I got it, y'all. I got it. I got it. There you go, y'all. They're gonna link. Y'all can come in. Y'all can come in. It was not clicking right away for me. It was not. It was not my fault. I was constantly right clicking, right clicking. I know I got really delicate hands, but still, um, it's in there, Jamaica. It was simple, but it just my computer. I guess my laptop. It just sometimes it does its own thing, and he noticed that. So that was Brother Dogo that made sure that I had got that right. So you all, anybody that want to come in and ask questions, if you want to still get personal, I am still taking Happy Birthday month. And I'm still taking my gifts, whoever it is. Just until y'all ask some questions, I'm gonna chat it up with you all. You know how this goes. This is a real down to earth Wellness Wednesday, so that way we take away a lot of this nervousness that people get when you're going through your health and wellness. I don't believe in that. That's not good bedside manners. I don't want you all feeling stiff and like, oh, well, she may think. Don't do that. Don't do that to yourselves. That breeds anxiety and unnecessary stress. So whatever questions you have, whether you think that it's small or little, you'll be surprised for those who tune in now and those who tune in later, who it may actually help. Okay. And if nothing else, then we know to pray for you in order for you to I pray that God bless you all to get to a place to where you get all of the answers that you need if you feel like you can't do a one-on-one consultation or schedule one for yourself. Preferably that is not the issue with any of you all that's tuning in, but there's so many more that come in and tune in after. I know it's over 100 that tune in, so that's a significant amount. And so I just wanted to make sure that you all knew that. But if you all look in the chat, that link right there, click on there. Whoever pops up there, I do know how to go up there and click you in, and we can talk. And I know how to click you out. I know how to do that. Okay, and so while you all are waiting, let me send out this special thank you. Thank you to whoever. I don't know, whoever, maybe tune in now or later. If you are caught this, because I know it wasn't a family member, because it was a family member, they would have put the card or whatever in there. But whoever just sent me this as I was shipping off mailing off the other shipment of health products. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. This is my first birthday perfume that I got. And I was nervous. I'm not gonna lie, y'all, because you all, just for those who don't know, the perfume, it says natural sprays. I can't take these fancy name pretty bottle full of chemicals. It breaks me out. My body reacts right away because it knows when it's something that's toxic. So this was a natural spray, and it says natural spray, and I just wanted to put it on. It's from a rave called Now Women. And so this is a good topic too, you all. This is so important for those of you all have eczema. Those of you all, yes, I'm going to use it as a health right until someone asks any questions. I need to speak with you directly after your live. Okay, then that means I have to cut it short because I have a class after this, Sister Jamaica, so no problem. Hey there, Sister LaShawn, so good to see you. And let us know how you're doing to give us an update. You can look on the live stream and click on the live stream, you all, if you want to come on to say anything, a word of encouragement, ask any health questions. And then that would be really great for those of you all that's not working or driving or too busy. Don't be ashamed. Sister Candy, it's good to see you. I did not see you over there first. But yes, I'm just giving the thanks to whoever thought to do it. And it says a natural spray, but I don't know, you all. I've never seen this before, but I'm going to open it up here. This is not a late birthday gift. I accept my gifts all year round because I'm 49 for this whole year, all the way up to next May. And let's see what it is. Oh, my. Oh, wow. It's so pretty. Oh, my God. That smells so, it smells so sweet. How do y'all know I like sweet stuff? Because, I like fruits. Oh, it smells like a soft vanilla, little hint of cinnamon. Cardon. Oh, it has such a nice natural smell to it. Oh my God, it's called Rave. And no, I don't know the company. So they get free advertisement for me. So anybody that got anything that you want to advertise, yes, I do advertise. It does have alcohol, water. Oh yeah, it has cinnamon, citronella, garnier, central, cumanon in there, benzo. I'm like, okay, I'll say it's a grade B. I would grade this as a grade B. Not a load of chemicals at all. And it looks like it's written in Arabic. Oh, okay. 3 ounce flow. You can't beat that. That's really close to natural. Oh, and it only has like four ingredients. You all this. Hold on, let me see. Here go the test of y'all because it don't take no time for me. My body, my bacteria, my good bacteria come in and attack anything. And this is where you all want to get when you're healthy. This is where I pray that you all get to a place, that those of you all that's on your health and wellness journey, where your body reacts right away. The cells just go right into attack. And yes, a lot of us think that just because you're itching right away, that means that you got weak skin or weak immune system. No, that is your good bacteria is fighting against anything that's toxic. So I am going to demonstrate this for you all on this Wellness Wednesday, because it's the perfume industry, as you all know, fragrance industry is $1 trillion industry. And unfortunately, it's causing our women to get really sick, smelling good, but then you have to, you're messing up your skin and your internal and your bloodstream. So, and it causes neuro problems, psychological, mental issues too. So oh God, woo. Anybody know me? I'm not big on wearing a lot of loud perfume. I attract enough attention with my positive energy flow, and that's not me boasting in it. It's just true. So a lot of times I don't like to wear a lot of perfume. Essential oils is okay every now and then, but that stays with you in the bloodstream for so long that every now and then I will. Because when you eat your fruits, you all, as you know, you eat your fruits, your body gives off a nice scent anyway. I've never had an issue with that. All praises be to God. If you all have, then I understand why you like to add fragrances. No itch, y'all. So far, so good. Usually I can tell within the first 30 seconds. Oh my God, that smells so good. I wasn't expecting that, y'all. Wow, that smells so good. Down wave. You got my vote. It's called Now Women. Look that up. I'm gonna look it up. I just didn't have time. I just grabbed it out of PO box. Unfortunately, if someone sent a card, it did not make it with it, so I can't give a specific name to whoever sent me this. I just know I didn't send it. So I just say thank you, just in case you did, and maybe the card got lost in the mail. It happens. I've been sent flowers plenty times before, and the person accidentally did not put the card in. So I don't know specifically who to give thanks to for it, but I don't know if they sent it to me for my birthday. Thank you so much. You could have thought to give to anybody, but you thought about a little video of me, Dr. And it was such a sweet gesture. I love it. I absolutely love it. Oh my goodness. And no itching, y'all. No itching. Look, no itching. So I have to put that out there. Can you wear oils? Yes, I can, Sister LaShawn. I can wear oils. I don't do citric oils in the summertime when I know I'm going out in the sun, because it can burn the skin. The citric and the essential oils can burn the skin. So more soft, like vanilla, rose oil, vanilla oil, anything with soft mango like type of oils, apple, any of those type of oils I can do. And when I do, I mean, I keep my stuff for years, you all. I just tap it on my, just a little tap on my blood pressure points there. And then because of me knowing that how sensitive my skin is when I'm trying new things, what I normally would do was take and spray it over my hair, and I'll walk through it like back in the old days, y'all, like the women back in the 20s, and just working like I'm in a commercial. Yeah, okay, whatever. I'm a little bougie. Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with it being a little bougie. Yes. Just as long as you're not stuck up. But yeah, I spray it. I'll walk underneath it like it's a shower. I sure will, and just let it just the aroma hit. But I haven't done that in a while. So, but yeah, I just taken just a little bit, and when it's real and it has real, like I can tell as aromatherapist, and the fact that I haven't sneezed within 30 seconds, that lets me know that they got some authentic things in there. And it's all, like I say, it's always a good thing, you all, when you see the least amount of ingredients, um, especially if they're not stating that it's natural. Things. So that's just a little health beat news update for you all with perfume. And no, I do not know who owns this or what company. My first time seeing it, getting it out the mail today, literally just an hour ago. So just thank you, thank you, thank you, because so far so good. As an aromatherapist, I could tell that is. Whew, I recommend, sisters. I recommend it. I highly recommend this. I have smelled all these other Beyonce's and all these other perfumes. I'm not trying to hate on nobody, but I'm gonna leave that right there. Look at your ingredients, you all. It should not have toilet water and all these other things that's inside of your stuff. It should not have toilet water. Yes, yes. I know y'all laughing at me. Yes, I'm bougie, but in a very affordable kind of way. Anybody, a lot of people try to, because they see how I put my things together, and they don't know my background. I started off sewing. I was a seamstress at a very young age. Well, at 15, I was already sewing, design, making my own clothes. I always loved mixing together things. That was the artistic side of me that God blessed me to have concerning myself. And I always like the natural things. And so when you have that, when you've been blessed to have those abilities, and yes, it can, a lot of times it come off like you real. And then when I open up my mouth and I start speaking and giving that down to earth, that Willie N. Hill Stokes energy, then I'm like, oh man, you cool. I'm like, I know, right? I'm like, what's up? How you doing? How you doing today? How's your family? That's how we supposed to be, y'all. And I know it's trying, depending on your atmosphere, but that's healthy too, you all. What you put out is what you get in return. I'm now learning that, yes, I'm not gonna lie, you all. I've learned how to be cautious now with those who are quiet and seem to be real reserved. Yes, I'm talking about some of you introverts, and then yes, I'm talking about myself, because sometimes I could be that in new environments and settings where I just sit back and I watch and see what's going on. But I'm watching for the eyes that look like this. When they doing that, now I know better. I was got, oh my God, y'all. I wouldn't have made it. I almost didn't make it to this year, getting caught up by that type of energy. And real charming and sleek and easy going and seem like they want her to fly. I've learned now that I have to watch out. You got to ask God for discerning of spirits, you all. And that's kind of how this right here, and I am, as I'm talking to you all on this Wellness Wednesday, I promise you, I'm paying attention to every tingle, every cell in my body to see if we're going to have a reaction. And so far, so good. No reaction, no redness. Because with me being on the lighter skin, it's easy for me to tell right away. And that is good. That is good, because usually when there's some chemicals in it, I can tell within the first 60 seconds, my body reacts right away and say, not it, wrong. It's like it's doing a stop sign. And I'm like that with food too. I promise you all, when you get healthy on this Wellness Wednesday, and I've said this before, but I can't say it enough, because repetition does help us to remember more, because we got so much training our minds when we get on these social medias and we hear so much. And so it's easy for the mind and the brain to put it on a back burner. And then before you know, you're like, where did I hear that from? That I need to make sure that I pay attention to my body. Because when you're healthy, this is the real reason why the enemy does not want us to get healthy, you all, because the census, I've said this before and I always say it, the census is so high. God so beautifully and marvelously made us that when the more healthy you are, the more you're able to pick up on everything around you. And that means the smell. You can tell when something is authentic and when it's not. And what I had to learn is that when I'm looking in new environments and I'm trying to make sure that it's nothing that's going to be harmful for me, what I look for, I had to learn that I can't be so in tune to that to where I miss the individuals that are toxic. And it's not that I don't feel them, but I'm looking around myself for that could affect me for as my body is concerned. And no, it's not a scary thing. It's just an awareness. It's just having a simple awareness. It's no different if you walked into a chemical plant, and or you had to go into the hospital. You know, a lot of us try to safeguard ourselves when we walk into hospitals because it's a lot of germs, and this is the reason why they keep it at more colder temperature, because there's a belief system that the more colder it is, it freezes up the germs, since it lowers the rate. And the reason why you notice there's usually not a lot in the hospitals. And that's one of the things that we have to learn how to do too. And I do it too. I had a lot of clothes that were given to me. And I said, okay, I got to get rid of the clothes because clothes carry a lot of germs. Anything that's in the atmosphere, it will carry. It's good to get your furniture clean when you're able to. I don't care if you're able to just get a simple little steam cleaner. I have one. It's a little small one that you can get from Walmart that they're good for that much. You know, for about $10, you can get steam cleaners and let things air dry. Open up the windows, let it air dry if you can. At least for those who don't have allergy that will cause too much pollen to come in. And it's also best that if you're in an area where there's too much pollen and you have allergy issues, it's best to wait to the afternoon versus in the noonday, because that's when the pollen levels are more higher. And what the pollen says from what my research that I have gotten, and for those who I've spoken to in that field, is loads of the chemicals that's been sprayed in the air that's causing so much allergy. Because if you notice from what I hear when my other colleagues and other clients and family members go out of town, they don't do as much sneezing because they're in areas where they're not using loads of chemicals, or it's against the law to use certain chemicals to spray. So you know just how fresh and how clean the environment you are in when the laws or when the neighborhoods are not allowed to be sprayed with chemicals. So keep that in mind as well, you all. What do I do? I know some of you all say, what do I do? Oh, I need some sea moss. Oh, Jacqueline, okay, well then just order. I do have sea moss still left. I'm glad you mentioned it. I have to take mine today, you all. I hadn't gotten around to taking mine. I normally take a spoon, and if I have my spoon now, I'm going to take it right here in front of you all to let you know how I chase myself down. I don't play with that sea moss because I'm glad you asked that question. All you have to do, Sister Jacqueline, is text in your information, your address to the 618-388-8100 number. Is in the chat if you stroll down, if you're able to stroll down. And then give me, and then Cash App the CMOS is only $40 for a 30-day supply. The instructions is on the back. All you have to do, and the benefits and the instructions are on the back. All you have to do is just take a teaspoon a day. I have noticed, this is my first time having to take it past a whole week, because when something is real powdery and refined, I could smell it. Like I say, just what I mean by the sense of smell. You can smell it. And if it doesn't have me sneezing all over the place, or if it doesn't have me, I know that means it's potent, it's good. My body lets me know that. And this is the reason why we have to get healthy, you all, so that things like these are you understanding and knowing what's quality. Because your cells will give you those signals. They're little communicators. They'll let you know, back up. Beep, beep, beep. Not just from the smell, meaning it doesn't smell like what you're used to smelling, but I mean in the sense to where it doesn't cause brain fogs. It doesn't cause you to like feel like something wrong with this. And I know we got a phobia about new things. A lot of us do. And trust me, I'm a skeptic too. Yes, I'm a skeptic. Anytime anything new comes on the market, but it just so happened that so many of our people have used and sea moss. Prayers go out for those who come across the bad batches. That's not good for you. But for those that is so many testimonies that's gonna come out from all over with using the sea moss, it just spoke for itself. And I have those who are doing gels, and I'll have them to be coming on soon that are adding my sea moss to theirs to enhance theirs, because as you know, when you add more water, you kind of dilute more. It doesn't always have the most potent effect, and I like the most potent effect because I can use less of it when it's potent and I'm not constantly diluting. It does not mean that it's not going to help heal the body, but I've gotten past just the taste of things when I know that they're very powerful. And in the case of the sea moss having 102 minerals, I will read it off again, y'all. The health benefits of the sea moss: it is known to be in the #1 mucus destroyer. It is good for the male enhancement, masculine health, libido. Watch out, sisters. Hey, y'all having issues in there with your husbands? Then you might want to have them taking some sea moss. It's a natural antidepressant. It's good for nourishing the skin. I'm a living witness to that. It's immune support. It's good with helping to balance the female hormones. This is the reason why I do recommend the sea moss for those who have fibroids and that have going through so-called menopause. I don't know how you can go through menopause when you're not a man. You're not men. That is me. I'm not taking down from that. I do not believe in menopause. All I know is that when we're not eating the proper foods and taking the proper herbs, the body will react, and it will act out in a way to let you know that you are unbalanced or that it needs a particular mineral or vitamin that you are not giving it. And so that means that it can cause the temperature in the body to rise when you're eating excess amount of sodium, when you're eating constipating foods, when you're eating yeasty foods that's causing candida, that makes you that they have given a name to, call hot flashes. Okay, I am a woman. The only way I get hot is if I'm running so fast, like how my grandson had me for my birthday weekend, which, by the way, that's what it was. It turned into Kareem's day. Kareem weekend. All I know, y'all, is that I was up. Thank you so much, Sister Jamaica, for posting that. All I know is that I was up this big old incline hill out here in the biggest park in America, next to at Forest Park, up this big old gigantic hill, you all. And this hill is like hundreds and hundreds of yards up, you all. And my grandson just saw these Indian children playing frisbee and balls, and he's every bit of a boy. He's 4.5, Kareem, he is, and he's running up there. He took off, and I got this big wagon with stuff in there behind me, and it's steep, and I got a long dress on. It's a summer dress, but I got a long dress on, and the boy put me to the test, y'all. When I tell you, I had doubts, y'all. I did. I had doubts because I know his father was a runner. He's a track star, and I know his granddad was, and plenty of cousins and uncles. And my mama loved to run, and I love to run. We all are runners. We're all very athletic. So my sister is too. She could have went on to be a pro gymnast, but she decided to go volleyball. And all I know is it was hot, close to 90 degrees out there, y'all, on Saturday. And all I was thinking about is, okay, is my bones strong enough? Did I take enough sea moss? This is my testimony. To catch this boy, 4.5, how fast he is. And all I'm thinking about is I'm seeing all this energy. And I got frustrated. I'm not going to lie. Yes, 49 years young. I got frustrated because he's 4 and I got an extra 9 on mine. And all I see is this long hill going up the hill. And I'm telling my mind, everything under the sun, that you are healed. You can conquer this hill. You took your vitamins. You took your CMOS. You're the health guru. You're in your BMI still. You can catch him. And I'm like, oh God, is he really going to put me to the test on my birthday weekend before 50? Yes, he did, y'all. I got so frustrated. I said, Kareem, come back here. Kareem. Because at this point, I'm doubting that he can make it up this long, big hill. Yeah, when I say this hill was past a block long, you can match a couple of blocks with this hill. And I'm like, and frisbees flying all over the place. This is my birthday, y'all. This is my birthday weekend. Friday and Saturday, this is what took place. It wasn't nothing fancy going on. I didn't go out and do the pretty fancy eating. I was out with the grandbaby. And I ran up this hill and I stopped. I took a breath. I said, Father, oh, I'm Dr. Chef. I can do this. I'll teach health and wellness. I did. I had to do it. I said, I am young in spirit. Look at all this motivation that I had to do. And all I know is that it took me I said it took me about 10 minutes. And when I say the mind, the mind controls this temple, your temple. Believe it. Believe it. Because it was indeed a mind over matter. Because it was something the matter with this little grandson of mine that was running up that hill like he was a little track star. And all I could do is breathe and pace myself. And I'm watching all these people and all these lawn chairs sitting at the top of the hill. It was numerous. I exaggerate now. Look, you all, I exaggerate not. I have pictures. A line of people watching, and I know every grandparent, every parent, every adult up there was watching and wondering what I was going to do because they heard me call this little boy's name several times. And I know that they were giggling underneath their thing. They was, he giving her the run for the money. After I saw the laughs, the one thing you don't do is laugh at a very determined person. I could hear, I could see the laughs, I could see the shades going down, and everybody just having a ball watching this baby leave me in the smokes. And then I said a prayer. I said, Father, you give me the strength to be like Flash and show him better than he can show me just how fast I am. And so I took my shoes off. Oh, yeah, I took my shoes off because there's vibration in the ground. I put them feet up in. I didn't care who walked those ground and that grass. I got rooted into that ground. Yeah, this is story time, y'all. And I took my shoes off and I set that wagon right there at the bottom of that hill. And I said, Father, give me the strength. I'm finna circle around him like that frisbee is going around there where he can't see me because I know he think that he's got it and he's up there playing and he's just goofing it off. And I went around him and I went around by about a good 100-yard feet, curved around him like a car that's turning around trying to run the red light or running from the popo. That's how I was running, y'all. I pulled up that stress. I went. And I swooped him up and I got him. And before I knew it, it was people all around the line clapping their hands. There was people clapping their hands. You got him. That was my birthday weekend, y'all. So when I say that I appreciate the sweet perfume, whoever sent it, they said, be careful what you pray for. I wanted to see him because I hadn't seen him in a while because mommy was moving around. And I said, Father, thank you. I practiced my breathing technique. No hot flashes. No hot flashes. I'm not bragging. I use this story that is very, very true that just took place this Saturday, you all, to show you all that, yes, age is just a number. It's just a number. Remember, I just shared with you all last month that I had a bump on my knee because I kept bumping it. And this past February, I was going up hundreds of stairs and I could feel it throbbing. I was not taking my CMOL. Yes, I confess, I was not taking my CMOL. I was just taking my regular vitamins. I was eating a little bit more bean pies and other things because that's what I had. A little salad here, a little salad here, but I was not completely on my regimen. And so I felt that pain. I had to go outside in the sun and do all this. So for me to be able to run at 49 today in America in this toxic environment and be able to catch a 4.5-year-old boy that's going up an incline of hundreds and hundreds of yards away from me, that's a big deal, you all. And no, I was not hot. I didn't get hot flashes. And this is in 90-degree weather. At least it felt like it to me. The sun was blazing right down on our face. You all can do this too. I had not been on my workout regimen this past week, so I didn't know what I was capable of doing when that little boy put me to the test. When that descendant demise put me to the test. So I just wanted to share that with you all because I like for you all to know that, yes, as human, as not a robot. And I know some of you all know that because some of you all got a chance to see me in person when I was traveling about. But for those of you all just tuning in and you don't know, now you know. Glory, glory. So y'all don't forget the StreamYard link is there. I'm gonna put it in there again because I know it's way up in the chat because I need to practice on doing that anyway. I'm gonna go in here, I'm gonna share it. Anybody got any stories, anything they want to share, then please feel free to do so. I'm finna get over here and see, can I do it again? And it says paste. I did it, y'all. I did it again. I pasted you all. I'm gonna give you all a chance to come on because I know sometimes people want to get themselves together. I know I would. I'll be wrapping my head up, doing whatever I have to do before I get up here and try to feel like I'm scaring anybody. But if not, don't worry about it, y'all. I'm that sister girl. Yes, I am. I'm that doctor, but I'm that sister girl that you gonna be you. All I ask y'all is be covered because I know it's hot out there. Just cover yourself because we don't want to have no wives, the husbands and couples tuning in. I don't want to have no wives hitting their husbands over the head to myself. What you looking at? And I don't want no husbands talking about some ooh-wee. I don't want y'all getting in trouble because see, there's everything out here today. And I'm trying to keep things together, see, because I know what it is to have to go through all that when you're with mates and different ones that have sexual demons on them and having all of these lustful problems. I know what that is, you all. And so that's the only reason why, sisters, that if I say we tune in, just try to adorn yourself properly. You don't have to have what you call all up to your neck like that. You don't have to be covered like that, but at least just be mindful of the eyes. They let them see that elsewhere. And brothers, don't be coming there and talking about someone, I'm working out with your chest out and you sweat. That this is not that type of program. I'm gonna be like, good brother, get your workout on. That's all you're gonna get from me. And then I'm gonna click you off. I turned into a sister girl real quick. Yeah. Real quick. And so that's all. That's all I wanted to put out there for those of y'all that anybody that decides they want to click on and come on to the chat. So give you all time. So did I miss any? Thank you so much, Sister Jacqueline, for the happy belated birthday. And it's not belated. It's still my birthday. This is still my birthday month. This is my birthday year. I don't know about y'all, but I'm celebrating this birthday, this 49 years of life. I'm celebrating this the whole year. And I don't mean where I got to do nothing big and extravagant, but I mean because I told you all this is a year that my grandmother passed, transition, and this is what plagued us. And I know I got the whole year to go to make it to that 50 mark. God, if God have mercy, have grace on me. And so I don't take this year for granted at all. I never took any other year, but this one was most definitely divine and special because I know what the adversary was trying to do as far as place fear in the hearts and the minds of the women in my family that really looked up to my grandmother and her passing from an aneurysm and high blood pressure. It weighed on my family. And so my Auntie Louise, for those of y'all that tuned in and saw my Auntie Louise before, her birthday is on the 31st. So I would like to go and celebrate with her for her birthday, but I don't know if I'll be able to do it. We'll see. The funds, I just don't have the funds to do that. I have a lot of other responsibilities that I'm on, so we'll see how that turns out. Give me a moment here. Give me a moment. Give me a second, you all. Something spilled. Yeah, I had the little organic pot for my grandbaby, and I forgot that it was over there. And speaking of him, I guess that was now he won't have no extra sugar in him to be able to do anything now. Even though it's natural, what I usually have during this time, y'all, is I usually have pineapples and melons when the seeded watermelon come out, and grapes is what I love the most. And now I have graduated to my papaya with a little fresh lime in it. That's my most invigorating, most mellow, most for the papaya and the watermelon when we're able to get the seeded watermelon. And I'm looking for the yellow watermelon. So if anybody want to send a special birthday gift, you want to send a yellow watermelon through the mail, they got the fake ice that you can put stuff around. Then go ahead, feel free. Feel free. So I love the yellow watermelon. Those are the original ones before they became red. Many benefits with the bees, with the B-plex in there, gives us the hydration that we need. And I did want to address the question, did someone video it? I would love to see the video. Oh, see that? I'm gonna get you. We'll say to somebody. You know what? I'm sure they were, because he had me going for a bit, and there was so many people on the line. We live in this era now, sister, where people are videotaping it. I just didn't know who was up there to ask them did that video, but I saw plenty of phones up, so I'm sure it may be going viral. So if you all see that and something similar to it, and y'all think it's me because they would have been from a distance unless they zoomed in. Yeah, it's me. If y'all say, "But that look like Dr. Shaw," running, look at that little boy. Did you see how fast she got that momentum? I'm like, yep. I went, yep. Went back to how we used to do when we raced on the street. I sure did. Because I remember my mama doing that with us, and she shocked us. She's a very poised woman, but had a lot of energy. And no, she was not in her BMI. She was not. She had extra weight. Y'all see my what I call my chunky mama, but ooh wee, I love my mama, and all them real soft hugs, and I miss her so dearly. But yeah, she would pull up her little long blue jean skirt, and she would race with us from time to time when we would all be outside on it. I'd see those memories. I keep good and happy memories in my mind like that, especially in times when you get challenged. And she knows she didn't win, but she was really close. She was really close. And no, we couldn't tell her that, man, mama, you got ups. Because she was the type where she was gonna rub it in to, yeah. She was that type, she was like, look at y'all ain't nothing, young and slow. Oh yeah, y'all ain't nothing. She is one of those. She's down to earth like that. Y'all ain't nothing. I dust y'all. I dust you. Oh, and I'm like, this little bitty old lady talking about she does to us. That's an old term for anybody that's under 30. Y'all know what that means? That means that she beat us. She beat us. It means that she left us in smoke. And yeah, she was gone. And I'm like, I couldn't imagine, because she had these humongous breasts, and she did. She had at least a good extra 25 pounds on her. So you would not think that this woman could get up like that, but she could. So all I'm saying is that I get it from my mama. That's all I'm saying. And my grandmother, bless her heart, before she passed at 49, she was a walker. She walked us a lot. And I used to think about, man, if grandmama could have held back on the meat and all that baking that she would do, because she was one of those grandmothers. My mother's mothers, they were all mamas of what we know, the big mamas, what y'all call big mamas. Well, that's what I grew up with. I grew up with grandmamas that they was saying, I know I'd be thinking, shaking my head as a naturopath, I'd be thinking that's what's wrong with our folks now. But I be agreeing at the same time, if that arm ain't got no meat on it and it's not shaking and cooking up something, I'm like, oh, you ain't cooking. Hey, I told y'all I'd keep it 1 million. So I too had to get out of that. And I too, being slim and trim, would feel intimidated because I didn't have the little extra fat coming out. The most fat I had coming off my arm was this sleeve. That might be a reason why I like wearing sleeves to this day, big sleeves. All that psychological stuff that we grow up seeing, and we think that means that you're really doing something in the kitchen. Yeah, we got to get out of that. I know. Those was the good old days when wasn't nobody dropping dead right away from eating your poke fried rice and your poke steaks and your fried chicken. Today, now they have too much chemicals in it, y'all. That's what I'm saying. I know I'm being humorous because thinking about the opposite is very stressful sometimes, especially when you're like me and you don't have your grandmother and your mother here with you that you love so deeply and that you respected with all your whole being. And so I'm telling you now, you all, this is the reason why we have to do it different. We do. Those of you all that have your mother and your grandparents still alive and they're cooking and they're trying, support them. Be right there with them. And no, a lot of them, yeah, they are stuck in their ways. They're not going to change everything. But the ones who are trying, and what I will say is that all you can do is pray for them. And if that's you, then you know what you got to do because you're tuning in. And that means you're tuning into my channel. You may be tuning into others. That means that you are aware. Just note that it's our responsibility that when we learn things that are healthy and good for us, it's only powerful when you use the knowledge. It's only useful. It's only powerful. It only works when you use what you know. And so I will promote all throughout the summer, eat more fruits and vegetations and salads. And if you just got to have something warm, try not to, especially if you say you're suffering from menopause, women. All our women 40 and up that says that they're suffering with menopause, which is really high blood pressure. In a lot of cases, it's stress. And that derives from not eating the proper foods, you all. Fried food, which have trans fats in it that clogs the pores, clogs the cells, clogs the bloodline, that causes pressure, the blood to rise, the pressure in the blood. A lot of you all don't know what your blood type is, and yes, it is mixed breeding in the different environments. And as we have to deal with all of these different foreign things that they're growing. Yes, the blood is changing, but we still, all of us have a base bloodline that you need to go by. And no, I'm not going to say that the Eat by Your Blood Type book is 100% accurate, but what I will say is that I find it to be 80% accurate when it comes down to not consuming the toxic meat. Yeah, I said it, the toxic meat. I don't recommend that. And then I don't recommend a lot of white rice either, because unless you have the non-GMO or rice that's been tested for radiation and all of the other glyphosate and everything that can be found in just as well as in the oatmeals. We got to be careful. We eat for fulfillment. And so I get it. And we eat because it's part of our tradition. That's the way we bonded. That's the way we connected. Well, just like you learn new ways to do your jobs, when now that they implemented the internet within the past 20, 30 years, just like you have to regroup when you have new hire-ons on your jobs, just like you have to change things when you want to redesign your home, just like you when as most of us don't wear the same hairstyle, you change clothes, you change so many, you change cars when they run out, but you can't change how you eat to live. Come on, y'all. I'm here to make us think. So you gotta change your mind so that you can change your outcome as far as your health and wellness is concerned. Same thing. I'm not gonna give into this whole taboo subject. Well, change. People don't. Everybody talking about changes. And I heard somebody say, and I do understand. I fully understand the frustration, because it is a lot that's said out here. It is a lot. And my God, when we put religious twists on it and spiritual twists on it, when people are doing other harmful things that are not good for it, and then they only want to focus on a hot dog, yeah, that gets on my nerves too, y'all. Yes, it does. It gets on my nerves. But the truth is the truth, and where you get it from does matter. Where that cup has been poured from does matter. However, we have options, you all. We all have options. And I say just pick the right source where you can get what you need for your mental health, your spiritual health, and for your whole entire body health, so that you can truly be whole, holy. That's what true holiness really is. When you respect everything, every creation that God has placed here for us, and when you learn, respect it enough and love it enough to learn what is its purpose for you. It's not the purpose of flowers. Is not, no matter how much I love flowers, as long as they're not being given to me to distract me, or somebody trying to give it to me because they done something horrendous and horrible, and now they want to try to get me to have flowers because they haven't. I learned that too, having flowers, getting flowers, and here it is, you find out a person done something horrible that makes you feel like, oh my goodness, you just used this to trick me. Not like that, but I'm saying the flowers is not meant for us to have and just to set up and watch them die. Most flowers, some are edible. A lot of them you can use as perfume. You can use to fragrance the home. Most of them are, the majority of them are for the bees, you all, for the insects, so that they can live, because they have enzymes and have nourishments, and it's for the beauty of the land. And it helps to put it. It shows that there's life within the greenery where you are. And so if you pluck them all up, if we take them all away, then now you're not using it for what it really is used for, or what it's been placed here for. You're not getting the best benefits from it. So if I can use that example, when we're talking about flowers, and how much more when we're talking about a mango, how much more when we're talking about the hydration in a watermelon, how much more when we're talking about the potassium in a real banana, and how much more for the vitamin A in an apple, how much more. And if that's all that we have that we are able to consume, and you're consuming all of this, and we're supposed to have dominion over all of this, then how much more in you? Yeah, we can't care so much for the things, once again, for that we have the ability to create, that our creator gave to us, to the point to where you forget to take care of you, the creator. We're the greatest being that comes from the creator that we know of. Can I say it like that? And I say it like that because, yeah, I do. I do so much studying and documentaries, and I speak to so many people all over the world where I promise you now I honestly, I'll confess on this Wellness Wednesday that it makes me say, because of let me wear my words right. You just say, if it be God's will, if it be God's perfect will, it makes you want to pray more. That God just give you the spirit of discernment. It makes you not want to say that nothing is definite. Outside of this is all we have, you all, is our bodies and our beings. And we have those who are in high places that's teaching us that this is not real. And these are the people that when you're in positions like I am as counselor and you're offered to come to sit at these different tables where it's enough. Now I no longer question why some people have lost their mind. Now I no longer question why people go away and they find the wilderness. They find somewhere like John the Baptist. They found somewhere else to go and to be away from people because of all of the knowledge. And there's the scripture says it's best for us to have knowledge, but never to acquire so much until you never come into the knowledge of the truth. The more I do studies on the ancient knowledge and I will say this, no matter how far back you go, and I just watched a documentary last night, no matter how far we go back in ancient civilization, starting from Asia, not Africa, because Africa was not even the name. We know Africa was named after the colonists. And so we know, even though we got a lot of commercialism going on there, still Asia. Most of the continent was all Asia, you all. Just a little historical fact. And now the Chinaman is actually in a place where they want to reclaim parts of the land of Africa. It is theirs. They are the descendants of us, you all. For those of you all that don't know, the most darkest of the people and what we call Asiatic Black folks are in Asia. Well, they're taking back the land now, you all. We are living in that time. It used to be a time when being here in St. Louis, Missouri, where you would see only one Asian person, one every 100 between white and black people, and maybe Latino people. You'll see one. You would literally have to go to the college, the WashU, here in the well-known hospital that they fly people into here, St. Louis University Barnes Hospital, in order to get a chance to see some of them as doctors. But now, no, it's one every 5 person. So they're spreading about, you all. And so that means that a lot is changing. And they have more ancient knowledge than what we do. But what I am going to say that relates to Wellness Wednesday concerning what I'm sharing with you right now is that all of their ancient writing goes back even to Timbuktu, goes back. All of them states that we were supposed to, as long as you eat from the earth, from the healthy ground, the fruits and vegetation, you wouldn't have to worry about sickness. All of them. From every ethnic background, from every tribe. There is a writing. There was someone within it. That's why I say it's nothing new, you all. You must be getting excited about something else, looks or sounds, because there's this information is ancient. It's just that it wasn't popularized in this time once the fast food industry came about. Because they wanted us to be depopulated. They knew that this would make us sick. They knew those who are over the hospitals. That's the reason why I encourage some of us that have the time that's able, especially if you're retired, go sit on some of those hospital committees. You don't have to have no specific type of degree at all to get in for the open sessions. You can Google it within your area in town. When is the next open house to discuss the medical and the health department in your area. And then you can hear the things that they're saying. Now, if you know you can't understand the jargon that they're putting out there, and that's what I call it, then okay, fine. Get an interpreter, ask questions so that you'll know what not to fall for, especially when you're going under the knife, especially when you're going underneath surgery. Get a book. This is a time when you need to get you a notepad. Get you one of those little small little dollar notepad and write it down. Or if you have the notebooks, that things that you type into your phone, the apps, put it in there. Make a video. You don't have to show it to them. Just put on the recorder, turn that volume up, and record it. These are the times that we're living in. And they've been doing this for years. How else will we know what has happened in history and how different things are now? How else will we know? Somebody had to record it, not just themselves. We live in a very selfish, narcissistic time now where everybody just wants to record themselves. What I'm doing. But what really needs to be happening is that we need to be recording everything that's taking place in our communities. And yeah, there are some that's doing it, but a lot of us are waiting for the news to do that. A lot of us are waiting for other things that you only get part of the information. And no one person knows everything. I don't care how much more that they may know than you do about a particular subject matter. But it does not mean that they know everything. And even I'll go as far as to say, because as you all know, my background in ministry is that even in the Bible, there's so much that's left out that we have not applied, that has caused us to be deaf, dumb, and stupid when it comes down to rightly dividing and utilizing things that's practical that we can use for this day, this time, that helps us and our families. Was there would be no need for a Dr. Chef. There would be no need for no wellness, nothing. There would be no need for this. It's the reason why it's not so overly popular in other countries and other places. They just merely go to a hut or to a place and get some herbs. They heal their body and they go sit down somewhere. And that is the reason why I'm not overly concerned or stressing out about other countries that have access to food and they're growing their own food. Not upset about it at all. I'm just realistic about it. Wherever there's a lack, meaning wherever there's no healthy food growing, and this is ancient, you all, those are the people that you need to be the most concerned about, because famine is all over the land, all over. This is the reason why you hear people say they like to travel the world. So if you lock in only one place, and here it is, here it is, you don't realize that famine is knocking at your door, or that all of your food is fake, and you need to find what's good. God's going to hold us accountable for what you do for your family first, then what you do abroad. And yes, there are a lot of single people that's able to say, well, I don't have a family, I don't have this, I don't have children, so I'm going to do it. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. As they say, kudos to you. But I can promise you, when things hit the fan, you storing up for yourself will help your community. You storing up and having something available when the time hit, because this is where we're at now in this land, where the time is going to come where you have to, yes, I have things stored up. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And I'm storing up other things. We're supposed to, when you operate in any form of ministry and helping a missionary, you're supposed to have room and store in your storehouse. It's interesting. It's so amazing to me how a lot of us will sit here and use the scriptures in the Bible to get money, but we will not talk about what we need to have stored up. We leave that part out. We'll talk about the tithing and the offering, but we won't talk about how much we need to save. Please like and share, you all. We won't talk about, because I see we do have more tuning in than we are liking and sharing. I know sometimes we forget, but you won't hear about what they're storing up and keeping for a time of famine, for the time of crisis. But yet we want that tithing and that money because we want to spend it on ourselves and only the few select that we want. The few select that we may be sleeping in bed with. Yeah, I said it. And then you get surprised when 5, 10, 20 years later, you have an incident like a TD Jakes coming out. And that's as far as I'm going to take that. I'm not on here for that. But I'm just using it as an example. Well, Dr. Shelf, did you know about that? Yes, I did, because I have family members and people that have been attending for years, going back and forth out there to Bishop T.D. Jakes' church. So nothing was a surprise to me. And I have no interest in using those things to get ratings or to get numbers in just so I can tell you the truth. I know that the truth is out here now. I'm not the only truth teller. I'm just using it as an example. But they was opening up a water well for the people in Africa. I mean nothing. I mean, it means something to those who was able to get the water. But can you imagine the millions of dollars that have been sent out to them? Over the billions at this point. To do all these projects, and now, because of how hard he preached and how flamboyant he was, and now how it's coming out how he was treating his wife behind closed doors. And because people actually do care about what you're doing to children and young people behind closed doors. People care about that. Now, all of a sudden, it don't matter how many water wells he can place within the continent of Africa. Or because I found my people out there. Obama did the same thing, and he wanted to turn the place gay. Yeah, I said it. And they ran them about it and banned them from out of there. So now you got some that's trying to get a little smarter, and they come up in there toting Bibles, and they want to come out there and they want to teach the opposite and think that they can still do things behind closed doors and go messing with little girls and messing with the little boys and embezzling money and thinking that they're not going to get caught either. Y'all, we living in a time, all I'm saying is that we're living in a time to where don't think that just because they're given to ministries and given to all these different places that's foreign and even here, and you're not applying it to yourself. Of course, if you don't have nowhere to hold it, that's understandable. Give it to somebody who actually can. But if you want, all I'm saying, if we really want to make a difference, if you really want to be that village, then you give where you are and with those who are willing to work with you, and that's not willing to take and try to use manipulation or use any type of foul play to get to make you think that if you don't do it here, then you can't do it nowhere else. If you don't get it, then you don't get my truth, you ain't got no truth. Y'all hear it all the time. There are some that's arrogant enough to tell you to go somewhere else. Just a few. And I call that at the highest level of narcissism. I said it. And I'm calling it out because I know I get watched. And because I know that spirit. And because I want that spirit to stop, because you have access to a lot of people. And you can do more damage than you can do good in the short run, not the long run, because we don't got a long run left. The short run. So you all take care of yourselves is what I'm saying, and your families and your communities. Because at the end of the day, that is the first law. That is the law of reciprocity. That is the law of giving. That is the law of love. You do righteous by home. And it never said that just because you can't be heard at home, or just because a lot of people don't make you rich at home, that means that your job is done. That's not, find that in the Bible for me. He tells us to go out into the hedges and the highways and compel the people to come in to know what is true, what is good for their souls, what's good for you. So that means wherever you are, I have yet, I'm going to be honest, you all, since I started off mentioning Bishop T.D. Jakes, I have yet, I'm just going to be honest, I have yet to meet anybody in person that I know at all. At all. Now, it's just my experience that I know that are going out, that's using ministries that are actually doing righteous by the people behind closed doors, and that's doing righteous by their families. I know of none. Yeah, I'm thinking. I know of none. And that says a lot, because I know a lot of people. I know of none. So this is why there's a scripture that states that we have to save our own soul from this untoward generation. Meaning, think about it. Who is responsible for your temple? Even if you got have someone as power of attorney over your health and wellness, which is usually your husband or your wife or your children or maybe your close sibling, who controls what goes into your body is where I'm getting to. Who controls how you think 24/7? Who's responsible for that? Who's responsible for when you get sick? If you get sick because you have not taken it serious enough, you have not dedicated yourself, you have not stood before the face of God and said, okay, Father, what do you want me to do concerning my health and wellness? I've had to do it, you all. I've had to do it in times in my life. It takes a lot to get to the place of where you can run down a 4.5-year-old that's faster than a speeding bullet. It takes a lot. Now, granted, I don't do splits anymore, but if I practice, I can. Granted, there is other things that I focus on, but the reason why it's important and critical that we get the flesh part right is because it says the flesh is it wars against the spirit, you all, meaning the spirit of God in you. The natural way, the natural laws of the body, it wars against you. It does. And I'm going to break it down and say that they were talking about the parasites that's in you, that comes from the toxicity of the land, that comes from what evil people have done to the land, how they went against Mother Nature, and Mother Nature fights back. Here, we've had tons of tornadoes all around me, and before I even heard it posted, another reason why we need to be more healthier than not, and I'm going back to the census, you all. I say, y'all, we finna get a lot of tornadoes. This is what I told some of those that are close to me. I said, we finna get a lot of tornadoes. And I know it's got a little quiet. I was just thinking because I'm feeling it so tough. So we're going to get a lot of tornadoes. This is not going to be good. I said we're going to get more than often than what we are used to. And they say, we're here. I say here and abroad. And it wasn't less than a few days later, we see it popping up on the news. My news feed is coming up saying, oh, tornadoes all over, 23 dead, and 7 different states is covered with nothing but tornadoes. Well, how did you know that, Dr. Chef? Well, for one, it's an ability. It's natural. I don't think that makes me special. I just think it makes me in tune. Just like when I was given the opportunity to go to Maui over 13 years ago now, 2006, and 2007. Yeah, 2006, 2007. And they explained to me, and I've told this story once before, and they explained to me that it's never rained in Maui. Now, mind you, this is new for me too. The only different thing that I say that I have done that maybe some hadn't done was that I was praying a lot up until that point. I was praying about the move and the shift that my family was taking at that point, because we'd already had discussion about if everything went well for my daughter Najee at that time, meaning the schoolings and the education, the way we was going to do everything. If that it went well, and the business that we went out there with, if it went well, then we would move out there. We would stay out for a while and just invite a lot of family and friends to come out. Well, it didn't happen like that, you all. By the time I touched down off of that 14-hour trip, and by the way, that's my children's first time. All 4 of them were small at the time. That was their first time flying, and they did so well that the steward kept asking, are y'all military? And I said, no, we're not. I said, but hold up. I said, hold up. I said, as a matter of fact, though, I said, we are. I said, we're in the army of the Lord. I gave one of them church girl responses. And she said, oh, okay. She said, yeah, they're doing so great. Well, as we land, I could smell it in the air. Senses, you all. And no, I wasn't eating pork at the time. I wasn't on fried foods at the time. I was just actually really just getting in the heart of learning what's good for me and what's not as a naturopath. I was in the heart of it now, and I cut out so much. I just cut out so many things. I wasn't 100% with it yet. I'm being honest, I wasn't. And my senses just kicked in to a whole nother level. This is the reason why I believe in it. This is the reason why I believe Satan attacks us through the food and the water, the air. And I said, and so I told her, I said, it's going to rain here. And so immediately, my former husband at that time said to me, he said, he got on the phone and called the brother and said, she said, it's going to rain here. And I said, he laughed. I could hear him laughing over the phone. He said, it's never rained in Maui. She said, I'm sorry, she's wrong on this one. Because I had spoke some other things to him at that time, and he was amazed. He said, how did she know that? And I said, I just prayed about it. So I do believe in the power of prayer, you all, and this is the reason why I encourage you all that even if you're struggling about who God is and what's going on in your life, still pray. You can get the answers through prayer for that. You can get the answers. I do believe that. And so I'm sitting there, and so it was like literally the next day, it not just sprinkle rain in this place. This man was so articulate and so intelligent of a black man. He was already in Egypt. He was traveling. At least that's what I was told. He was traveling. He was already in Egypt at the time doing some work. And he was laughing, but he was a type that would look up everything. And so he said, yes, it's never rained in Maui. Y'all hear me? He says, never. I'm explaining this story to show you how powerful our senses are. And because I don't believe that this ability is only given to me. It is what we are, the human almanacs. And it's going to matter in a time like this. No matter where you are in this world, it's going to matter that your senses can pick up. But it can't if we're too overly sickly. It can't if you're stuffing your face with every form of everything that look good that's not good for you. You can't. The wages of that particular disobedient and laws going against the natural order of our bodies, it equals death, you all. But before you even get to a place where you're dying, your cells start to die off, which is your senses. Because how else could I smell that? And I've never been to that place before. And this is a whole island. There's water everywhere. Look up Maui on your, and you all see what happened. He shared that. I saw that too. So I'm sharing something major with you because I don't believe that it's it's the prayer and eat right, prayer and eating right. It's prayer and eating right, and treating your neighbors right, and treating your spouse right, and loving your people, loving your family. It's all of the above. No, that's not a perfected stage. Because I questioned God about a lot of things during that time. But I was more thankful, just like I am now, even though I'm not sitting on the island. I'm not in a tropical place now, able to eat all them good big old, you talking about pineapples this big, watermelons and mangoes. You can just take them off of the palm trees as you're walking to the store, as you're walking along the coast. All praises be to God. I got a chance to experience that one time in my life, even though it was with my entire family. But I'm like, I'm saying like, oh, Father. And so, long story short, it rained, and it not just rained. It stormed to the point of palm trees just fly, looking like they was gonna rip from the ground. That's how bad it was. And my ex-husband at that time got the call, said, where is your wife at? And he said, she out there on the balcony with her legs crossed, enjoying the rain. Well, I was. Because in my mind, once again, when you're in tune with the nature of God, I'm thinking, wow, they must have really needed this rain. I didn't think nothing wasn't extravagant about that. I was just like, I told him it was going to rain. That's all I was thinking. I told him it was going to rain. This is what Satan does not want us. This is what wicked people in high place do not want you to know, that we as a people, as a chosen people here in America, have the ability to do, you all. And I told you, I didn't even have half the knowledge that I have now then. But what I did have is a very powerful prayer life. Yes, I did. And I was going through tests. I had lost 2 cousins then. They had just passed, and they were my favorite. Yes, I had favorite cousins, meaning they were a good spirit, good nature. I have plenty others that are too. So if in my family tune in, just like her favorite, she lost her favorite cousin. Well, what is me? Aaron Brown. He played for the Chicago Bears, and he passed some diabetes. We lost a baby during that time. My first cousin's baby, Veronica Hill. Her name was heaven spelled backwards. And I was just seeing some things, you all, and I believe that it was because I had put down my foot, and during that time I did, because at that time my ex-husband was suffering from what almost was an aneurysm. And you know, I shared with you all about 49. My grandmother passed from an aneurysm, so you know I was really on cards for that. The doctor had given some cholesterol pills, which was still high blood pressure pills, big horse pills, what we call horse pills. He taking it, and before I know it, he started having a reaction. And I'm watching his eyes go back, like, I think I'm finna die. And I put my foot down. I said, I'm not finna be left a widow like my grandmother. Because my grandfather passed at 20-something years old, with her being left with 6 children and 1 in the oven. That's what y'all, for anybody tuning in and say 1 in the oven, 1 in the belly, pregnated. So it's through these experiences, and that's why I don't view hardship and bad times as just the end. I don't believe that is our chance, even though I've had a taste of the feeling of what it feels like to say, okay, Father, enough is enough. Just take me. I have experienced this twice in my life. But it comes back so fast. Don't you punk out now. I am the one that has control. You are ordained to do certain things. I place you here for a certain reason. I need for you to do it. If you don't, then your work is undone. And he will not be able to say, well done, my good and faithful servant. So I had to chuck it up. Y'all, we have to chuck it up. We have to seek knowledge that is good for yourself and for your family. And we cannot be so stubborn to the point to where we deny it. We cannot. Whatever you have not been doing that's healthy and well enough for you and your family, I encourage you to start doing it today. You can't do anything about what you didn't do. That's all you can do is apologize and make whatever right that's right. Whoever you're down, and it may not be you all that's tuning in right now, but keep in mind there's others, that is plenty others. I have the numbers that tune in afterwards. And YouTube don't even always show you just how many do that. But nevertheless, still, I'm on StreamYard now, so it's different. Thank you, Sister Jamaica. And so it's important, you all, that all I'm saying that it's important that we get it right today. You have someone that you have offended. You have someone that you know is still struggling with forgiving you for something that you haven't done correctly by them. Try it again. Keep trying. Keep trying. Send a card. Send a letter. Let them know, not through your arrogancy or because you've been hurt, This is the mental health and wellness part that I talk about. And it does affect how you treat yourself when you're feeling guilty about things that you've done. And my God, for those who've done wrong to others and you don't feel guilty. Ooh-wee. I can just pray is that God prick your heart. I have to deal with these things on an everyday basis. The reason why I don't narrow it down to ever. Wellness is not just eating fruits and vegetables. That is a very key component. Wellness is not just taking your minerals and your vitamins. It is in your spirit. It is in the mind. We take in all this information. The truth is that we've all heard of this since childhood, since we've been born. We knew that there was a such thing as fruit and vegetable, whether your mom or dad gave it to you or not. The truth is we all have at some point, I don't care if it's been for a day, have experienced feeling better when you eat light or when you eat something, when you're not stuffing the body with toxic meat and stuffing the body with the tons of acid soda that's causing you to have gas and back pains and heartburns and acne and all these other flare-ups. All of us at some point in our life, I believe that, have experienced what it feels like to eat light or just to fast. And like, you know what? I feel so much better. And see the effects that it has on your spirit and how you treat the people around you. So I encourage us to do that on this Wellness Wednesday. That is what I'm glad today. Nobody comes in or figure out how to click in on the link. That's fine. I want people to do that when you're comfortable. Don't be afraid of who may see and who may not. That's not what this is about. I'm covered and I'm shielded by a power that nobody else can really, and I don't say this in a boastful way, unless my boast is in God. And I mean that. I don't mean that from that whole traditional way that we like to just say things and don't mean it. I mean it. I'm covered in a way that when those that think that they come to harm me or take something away, all they did was lift and just put me in a place where I'm able to be more blessed. Say that to say that even when it comes down to my children, which by the way, I send out a special prayer request for my daughters because they have a lot that's going on, and it has not. It still bothers them because it comes up from time to time about their daughter, my daughter, their sister passing. So you all keep my daughter Daisha and Naomi in prayer, my son Kenny as well, and then also for their mother, for my mother, their grandmother. There is a big void there. And so I have to deal with the matters of the heart and the mind and the spirit and what it does. They're okay in the sense that we're able to walk and breathe and talk. But I say that because I want you all to know that I can relate to pain. I can relate to hurt. I can relate to when you just don't feel like trying to figure out what I'm going to eat today. Even though you have all of these options. You know, I know what it is to just want to just sit back and just say, hold on, look, just pass me my drink. Just pass me that vineyard wine so I can just chill. I know what that is. I know what it is to want to just sit back and say, just give me a good comedy show. Just I just want to just take and just laugh. You know, I just want to do something to take my mind off of everything that's going on today. So you can imagine with just the bit that I share with you all with this hour or so that we have, just how much more I understand and that I hear and that I found out that is really causing harm to our people. We are in a place also where it's a lot of radiation in this amongst us. If you're like us and you have towers, you are around the radiation. I call them radiation towers, the phone towers. Unfortunately, a lot of our mayors and different ones in town have made contracts and deals where they allow the phone companies. Yeah, I'm saying it. They made deals where they're taking a payment, you all, to allow them to ignite more radiation through the phone lines, through the 5G and the 6G, and soon it's going to be a 7G. And ain't nothing, if you coming from the hood areas around here, it ain't nothing G about it. Because see, when the only G we knew was OG, and OG wasn't setting out to kill you. So this whole optic level of G's, yeah. If it was safe to take them down, we would all rally up against them and get some real brothers together, and we would chop some stuff down. But guess what? You have to be a tech, and you have to be one that's well fluent in knowing how to safely do that. Hopefully somebody gets some ideas right now. Because you can do more harm just trying to think that you're going to destroy them because of the amount of radiation that's in them. And it's like a light bulb. It's like the so-called fluorescent light bulbs. When you bust them, you're not supposed to allow them to set out open. Radiation comes in from there, and it's harmful to the body. And you don't know why you're feeling fatigued. You don't know why you got a headache. You don't know why you seem like you're getting a little blurred vision, because you got a busted light bulb over there that you haven't swept up. There's just so much, you all, that we have to focus on that really does matter, to the point to where we don't have time to focus on things that really don't matter. We don't have time for that. I don't have time to chase down every lie. I don't have time to chase down every person who say that they don't like something that I do or say. I don't have time to do that. Not when your mind is truly focused on that only helps build and not tear down. And what I mean by tear down, I mean bringing about the awareness to the point to where it truly does influence and does persuade our people to look into doing things in the best manner, in the best way. Now, y'all know I say this a lot of times when I tune in and I talk about how versed or unversed I am with the, thank you so much for putting that in, Sister Jamaica. I talk about so many times about, and thanks for James Hill. Thank you so much for the cash out, brother. I surely appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate that. That's very helpful. A lot of times we get to a place to where I think that it is the distractions to take us away from the simple things in life. We got the changing of the mathematics that's there to distract us. We got all of these celebrities that's getting into it, which is I guess maybe because I come from a very musically inclined family. And yes, I have received heads up big time on things that has taken place without calling out names. Thank you, Auntie Sherry. And that is traveled. I can call her name out. Traveled with so many from the gospel industry to the secular, and all my other friends and different ones that know of other people in high places, Patti LaBelle, Oprah Winfrey, and all the rest of these people. Yeah, I have people that I personally that know of these people. We knew that a time would come that a lot of these things would be exposed. But I say, what good does it do when we say that we are children of God and they're who we are looking for clout from? They are who we look up to. But we say that we are children of God and that we only want to be found giving honors to what honor is due, as far as those who are holy, those who are pure, those who truly have love, not just those who have money and fame. I can tell you right now, coming from this past few years of being able to participate with making over $1 million a year. Yep, I said it. Over $1 million a year. And I know what it is to walk away from it. Of course, I wasn't doing what some of these stars are doing. But it does mean that I would have had to sit back and act like I didn't see the ungodliness that was taking place, and act like I didn't see the harm that was going to be taking place to young people, and act like I didn't see abuse, and act like I was just supposed to just be the light, be the smiley face. I know what it is to walk away from all of it. So this is the reason why I don't get all choked up over how many views and ratings that I get. This is the reason why I don't get choked up, and I don't get overly bothered about how many likes I get. I don't get bothered about how many people want to call in to get. No, my concern and my only job is to be a messenger for the few, because as we know, it's a very popular saying in scripture, but it's true. Many are called, but few are chosen. We got many that are called to speak. We got many that are called to do a lot of different works. But the chosen, we get it mixed up, you all. You know the chosen based off of how they treated their families. You know the chosen based off of how they have treated and how they are loved on their mates. You know the chosen based off of their lifeline. Does that mean that you can't grow and do better? Of course you can. Of course you can. But I do believe in karma. I do believe in you reap what you sow. I do believe in that. So you can sow good seeds and we can sow bad seeds. But rest assured, you're going to reap it. You're going to reap all of them. No matter how good and how much good you do. And so that's the reason why we don't have space to, once you recognize that you're sowing bad seed, you don't have space to be carrying those seeds in your bag, carrying that in your heart, and thinking that you can take this out of the country, and thinking that you can take this up the street and around the corner, and as long as I get a different crowd, then they won't know. See how that's working for the stars? People are really anxious to do it when we get people that claim to be holy. That's the reason why they dragging T.D. Jakes the way they dragging him now. It don't matter how many people he done spoke life into. Whether he was eating pork chops, pork steaks, or alligators, it didn't matter. Some people got a lot of help from this man and reading his books, and was able to deal with a lot of childhood trauma, no matter how many little boys that he was behind closed doors that they proclaimed he was raping. This is the reason why I say it's more to it than just eating healthy. You got some people eat healthy just to eat healthy enough to go out and to prospect and to rape little girls because they want to be strong enough to be able to tie them down. You got preachers that sitting in the pulpit, more of them than not, that's sitting back trying to act holy because they want little girls and little boys. And you'll never know because they got the spirit of charm on them. You'll never know because their voice high as speaks so loud that they're always talking against it when that's exactly what they plan on doing. And in a little time, you'll find out, and you'll be like, Dr. Chef said it. No wonder why she's doing her thing. My prayer is that our people really, truly just open up their eyes. And just as much as we're saying, pay attention to the food that you're eating and the drinks that you're eating, pay attention to your surroundings, pay attention to who you're listening to, pay attention to the churches that you're going through that may be involved in other sick things that'll wind up falling back on you. Pay attention to everything around you. And the best way to do that without stressing yourself out is to stay in the midst of prayer. And even if you don't have a place to kneel down and to pray, you pray in the mind. That's the scripture say that men should ought to always pray without ceasing. How do you do that? I asked my mother, I'll never forget, when I was 14, I asked my mother, how is it that I can always pray pray without ceasing? And she's like, well, I suppose because you can always think about prayer. But I was so caught up on the latter part, show you how young I was and how my brain wasn't fully developed yet at 15. I was sitting there thinking, well, but it says without cease. Don't cease mean don't stop. And she sniggled a little bit. She said, well, yeah, but once you say a prayer, yeah, I mean, you get ready to pray another one, so you're not really stopping. And that prayer already gone through. There's a process to that prayer. That's what she would say. There's a process to where it has to go and how it has to resonate in the atmosphere. And I said, okay, I got it. And I can promise you this, along with eating healthy and being in my BMI and still being honest enough when I've had to sit back and take a break and fallen off a little bit and still coming before you all and still keeping the faith. And after giving up everything because I didn't want to be caught up in wrongdoing, I didn't want to be holding the plate of a bunch of sins that are going to easily be found out soon enough. Wanted to give myself that place to heal and be able to practice more of what I teach than not. I promise you that when I tell you, when I stop ceasing in the prayer, yeah, I've been it. I'm keeping it 1 million. When I stopped praying as much, because my mind was just thinking, trying to process all of the stuff that I just encountered, all of the stuff that was going on that part of my brain just couldn't believe it. That's when I noticed things are slowing down. But the moment I started back praying, and it happens every time, things start to pick back up. Things start to pick back up. And I mean praying in the right spirit, not just sitting down praying for money. Not just sitting down praying for money, but when I was praying the right, Lord, whatever your will is, whatever your purpose, whatever your perfect will is for me, pray that prayer. You all see, a lot of us are afraid to pray that prayer because we're afraid there's going to be something that we don't want. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Put this in. I know I was a few times. I was afraid to pray. I pressed stop on some pause a few times because I was enjoying myself for a few things. And so I'm saying, when I constantly hear the voice come to me, the Holy Spirit come to me and say, let it go. It's soft the first few times. And then now it's coming in your dreams. It's coming in your sleep. It's coming in your vision. See, I don't know about y'all, but the Spirit of God tells me in dreams, sleep, awake, vision, and in all. He'll allow somebody that we consider a bum to come up to me and say, and quote a scripture to me and say something divine to me. And I'm like, like something out of a movie. And they'll just keep walking. God told me to tell you that you're finna be blessed and that they're favorite. I just experienced it yesterday. Sister didn't know anything about me. Not really. And she said something that my mother used to say to me all the time. She said, I see you speak to me before thousands. She said, get ready. Everything that you've gone through, you're going to have to take this and use it to help other women. You're going to have to take this and use this to everything that you've gone through. The last time I got a chance to hear you speak, that I thought that I was going to hear you speak, you didn't get a chance to. And we was disappointed. She said, and I didn't know I was going to run into you again. And she said, and I don't know what has taken place with you and your family. She said, and little did I know, I didn't know that she had a women's ministry. I didn't know. And I was like, wow. Well, look at that. Well, I was praying during that time, you all. So it's the reason why I encourage you all to do the same. I encourage you all to do the same. I had to look away, you all, because I had a fan going. My fan, I heard it shift in the hearing. I heard it shift real loud. So I had to look over. And I was like, oh, Father. And so she began to speak to him and tell me, well, I'm being honest. She said, you mind me asking, this is the reason why I say to y'all, there's no dumb questions. She said, you mind me asking, when was the last time you ate a Twinkie? Now, I'm not laughing at her. I'm laughing at the fact that I love that she was comfortable, that she finally got comfortable enough to ask me, because she's a pretty large woman. And she said, "You might be asking when was the last time you ate a Twinkie?" And I said, "Oh, dear sister, it's been a long time. I suppose since I was maybe 19, 20." And she said, "Oh, yeah, well, that's my problem." She said, "I eat out of emotions." Very spiritual, gifted woman with her sight, and helped many people. But she was struggling with her health. And all they did was take me back to the scripture that says that the gifts is without repentance. And that's the reason why, ever since I've noticed that, and coming from a very gifted family, what we call gift, meaning abilities, have the abilities to do things that people are fascinated by. But yet knowing what the personal struggles and issues are. I wholeheartedly believe that you can have a gift to preach, you can have a gift to teach, you can have a gift to heal, you can have a gift to do a whole lot, an ability to do a whole lot of beautiful things, and your heart still not be in the right place. Still not be a good person behind closed doors, because see, you're not doing those things all day long anyway. You have a time for that. And we, especially here in America, and now all over abroad where there's an internet, we're fascinated by seeing people in the act. I am too. I just know that it's just that moment, though. I just understand that when I come before this internet or anywhere else, that this is part of what has to be done in this moment. No matter how many lives it affects, I understand. I immediately go into praying for the person that just had to act out as someone else, that just had to bless someone else, if we like to call it that. Because there is an assured attack that's coming after you try to help save a lot of people. Another fruit fly. My goodness. I thought they were all gone. And so I'm telling you now, you all, there's levels to this health and wellness is what I'm saying. I know there was a lot, but there's levels to this health and wellness. And I'm saying none of us can afford to get caught up in what the stars or so-called stars, it's a wonder they call stars, because there's many writings and ancient teachings that stars represent fallen angels. And I'm sure all the angels got some special abilities that they do. It's no coincidence that as this time go by, while they're giving us this next 6 months of constantly pushing in our face what Bishop T.D. Jakes done, what that other fella Jamal or Bryant, whatever his name is, doing, about Brian doing, well, all of it's so much that's getting ready to come down, because this is the year of reveal. It doesn't matter how much we want it to stop. This is the year of reveal. I've already prepped myself for, if anything come up, I already prepped myself to say, yes, this is correct. Yes, this is what happened. Yes, and yes, I spoke against it. And yes, I got out of it in the name of Jesus, the original Black Jesus. I'm prepared, because this is what's going to make a lot of people lose their mind, because it automatically is going to make them lose their money and their fame. Automatically. And these are people that have helped people all over the world in some shape, form, or fashion. But only what you do for Christ will truly last. Not for self, not for self-glory, not for the I. Not for the me. The only thing you should be doing for me, your I, is making sure that you love on your brothers and sisters in the correct manner, in making sure that you are able to go to sleep feeling at peace because you've done the right thing. When you've not done that, this brings about stress disorder, and then you'll be put in that small percentage of bracket of people that says that I don't know what's wrong. I eat healthy. I hear it all the time. Y'all can only imagine how much I hear it. It's a naturopath in this wellness ministry that I'm operating out of. You can only imagine how much I hear. But I eat right, and I don't do this, and I don't do this, but I don't know what's wrong. But I still have a headache, but I still have this, but I still have that. And I'm not talking about anybody that I'm currently coaching now. This is just down throughout the years. And the first thing I have to say, how's your relationship with your mother? How's your relationship with your father? How is your marriage doing? How's your children? How would I know that? That if you're eating and taking all of your vitamins and doing everything else well, but yeah, you can't sleep at night, and you're tossing and turning, and you're this. And don't get me wrong, I do know that there are some of us that are 4 or 5 dimensional, and if you don't know what that means, then I advise you all to look it up. I know I am, meaning that you can absorb, you can take on, you can feel what's going on even outside of this country before you see it on the news. And that's a heavy weight to carry, you all. And that can sometimes keep you up at night, and you have to pray. This is another reason why I just can't be with anyone. No one can set a set time for me to go to bed, because there are times when I have to take in what's going on in the atmosphere, and immediately I have to sit up and pray. Immediately I have to pull up a scripture or something that helps my mind to remind me of what it is that I need to do. I got to do something. So I can never have anyone in my corner that's trying to treat me like a robot, because I am not. And a lot of you are not. That is why you're attracted to me and able to speak to me and talk to me, because that means that some of this is in you as well. And that temple, you being that kind of temple and that type of vessel, has to be protected. You can't marry anybody. I don't care how well they speak. I don't care how good they look. I don't care how much money they got. I don't care how much it seem like they love you. You cannot be friends with anybody. I don't care how much they give you praise. I don't care how much they say they're your friend and they got your back. You cannot be friends with just anybody. You can be kind to everybody, but you cannot take everybody into that personal space, because of the divine order, the Holy Spirit that's within you, that goes beyond whether or not you look more divine than somebody else, that goes beyond how well you can speak and how much somebody hear you. It goes beyond how much money you can give out, because there is something that's healing in them just being in your presence. It's something just healing in them just being around you. That's true anointing. If you don't feel that, not just because your title and your position. How do you know this, Dr. Shell? I've been raised around it all my life. I can count on 2 hands how many times, 2 fingers out of the hundreds that I felt that from. And they lived a long time. One of them is still alive. It's called the divine presence, where they don't have to say nothing. I said, Lord, when I grow up, I want to get to that place when it's just a divine presence. Yes, I've had some to come to me and say, I feel you're not from here. And that's fine. That's fine. But you got to know what to do once you get to that type of divinity. When you get to that type of divine place, we still have to know our work. You still have to know that means that you especially have to take care of the temple that God has given you, because within your temple dwells his spirit in you, and it will speak to you and tell you when something is not good for you, when somebody is not good for you, when something is not good for you. And sometimes that also means that when you get to that type of divine place where you're healthy and you're well spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, that also means that you will only be in people's lives for certain seasons, not for a long period of time if they're not there yet. Think about it. That's the separation. That's why in every organization, everything, you have a separation where you have your elders, you have your healers, you have all these sections, and then we all come together. And you're supposed to come together in oneness. And this is why you see so many of our men going around traveling about trying to form cults, because that's what they want, because they think because they can speak well, or because they got a little money, or they got charming and manipulative and narcissistic type of ways that draw in people that have very sheep-like mentalities, or that just don't know any better and lack with the spirit of discernment altogether. This is what they're trying to take advantage of today. And they've been doing this since the beginning of time, until judgment has to come and say, yeah, you preached in my word. Yeah, you taught about how to be well in my word. Yep, you healed this one. Yep, you gave to that one. But he's going to say, depart from me, you worker of iniquity. I knew you not, because your hearts were far from me. I knew you not, meaning that you did not have a true relationship with me. You had a relationship with the fame. You had a relationship with the hand claps. You had a relationship with how much money you could get. But you didn't love your children. You didn't love your wife. You didn't love with the love of God. And I said that was the first thing that you were supposed to do in order for me to know that you love me. He said is when you love your brother and your sister, and that automatically includes your family. No, it does not mean that you got to agree with everything that they do that's wrong. Absolutely not. No, it does not mean that you got to take the pork chop that they're trying to give you because it's the holiday time. No, it does not mean that you have to go everywhere that they go. I'm in settings now more than ever now where I'm in different, and I don't do everything that they do. Different people come about, they don't know me, they know that I'm different. When they'll ask, you want this to drink? Do you do? I said, no, I do not. I'm sorry. Thank you, but no, thank you. And then that's when somebody else had to speak up and say, oh, no, that's Dr. Chef. She's not. No, she's a naturopath. She doesn't drink alcohol. She doesn't do this. She doesn't do that. Before a man approach, we are women. We supposed to have that type of spirit to where before a brother even think that he finna approach you. And because they see you in the setting, that is already another brother right there blocking. Say, not this one. Hold up, back up, brother. What's the deal? Everything good? How you doing? Women, we can get to that place. But you have to know that you belong to God. You have to know, and you got to want that from me. And when you come around me, that's exactly what it's going to be. Does that mean that I got everything down packed to the T just because I know which fruits and vegetables I should eat? Absolutely not. There's so much more to learn. So much more. And as long as God give me breath in my body, I'll share it when he tell me to share it. So, yeah, I told y'all know if y'all don't chime in, because I know a lot of y'all got used to listening to me, that's fine and dandy. Then I'm going to share with you all what's on my heart, what's in my spirit to share with y'all. I know it's a lot, but I just know that I don't want to see our people lost. I don't want to see our people deceived. I don't want to see our people more broken than what they already are. I only want to see our people well from the mind first. Because once you're thinking right, you automatically start to feel all right, and you start doing what's right for yourself. You become all right. And you'll know it because the spirit is going to say it. It's not just for women to have a good spirit and a sweet spirit. That applies to our brothers too. You're supposed to have one too. And I'm not just talking about quiet. I'm talking about, no, you're supposed to have a good spirit behind closed doors. Y'all gonna hear me say that all the time. Because when you're healthy, don't you feel good when you're outside and inside? When you're healthy, don't you look good on the outside and inside? That's the way it works in the spiritual realm. When you're talking about your feelings, the emotions, and who you are, it works on both ends, not on one. All right. Yes. Either payment that's time. Thank you all so much for it, guys. Thank you so much for your help. You all, I have not checked the timing. Oh, time for class. Sister Jamaica, I do have time. I have 15 minutes to transition um, to my class. If you want to go ahead and call me then we could do that. Because I know we missed our appointment, the other appointment. I know you got a busy schedule. I do too, but we can make it happen, captains. And there are other packages went out. Oh, who was that we went out? Sister Angie and Sister Dorothy. If y'all tuned in, then your packages went out today. I had to hold back because ironically on the days that I was going to deliver, we had major thunderstorms and tornado warnings, so I knew to sit tidy. But that's the only thing that it was. I did also send your tracking number. If there's anyone else or anyone else, or know of anyone else that is that has an order, that if I missed anything, just please let me know. I'm not one that anyone has to be afraid to mention. I don't care for when, because I know I've had a lot of changes that has taken place, and I am human. Sometimes I can miss something, but it will never be intentionally. Okay, and if I have, then that also means please don't forget to like and share. If I have, just know that I will. Whatever I have that I think that you may enjoy, I do send extra gifts if there's a delay that I can't do anything about, or that I can do anything about. That's how I do my best to make up for any human error. Okay. All right. Thank you all so much. And I'm going to let you all off because I see everybody cool. Thank you so much, Jamaica. You did a good job of posting up everything for me. Oh, I so appreciate that. I can't wait till we get our stuff lunched out. Everything still in motion. We're going to get lunched off. You all, I have to tune out now, and I pray you all remember to be healthy more in 2024. And also, too, note that, let me make sure, note, too, for those of you all that don't want your questions seen or don't feel comfortable with coming before the videos, note that there is what you call a private chat where I can see, and it'll pop up a number. I just learned that yesterday, y'all, acting like I knew that. There's a private chat where I can answer your questions in the private chat, just so you know. Okay. Yeah, in the private chat, yeah, I can answer questions where if you don't want everybody to see your question or see that you asked a question, I can answer from there. And if you do private chat, then I also know that means that you do not want your name stated, and that's fine too. That's fine too. Okay. All righty. I just wanted to leave that with you. I know that I love you all. Peace, love, and remember to be healthy more in 2024 from the mind, body, and your whole soul. Okay. All right. You all have a good evening. Until next time, yes, so we will most definitely come in Motivation Monday. I may even try to come into this Truth for Friday if I can get some things together that I'm looking at. That is my Auntie Louise's birthday time, so I may be happen to take a little trip. But if not, then my goal will be Fruit for Friday. But if not Fruit for Friday, most definitely, I will give notification. Most definitely, it will most definitely be Motivational Monday. As long as I don't have nothing catastrophic happening here. Oh, all right. All right, y'all take care. Peace and love. Call me Sister Jamaica. You can call me now.